2.
Part 2.
Hopefully you saw and listened to, if you're listening on the radio, to our best of 2014.
Well, some of our best. Some of us can't remember what year it is.
Yeah. So you got to listen to some of the best of 2013 and 2012 also. So now, there's a...
Did I really go that far back?
I think you did one 2012. We usually at Check Your Brain Productions, we usually have a lot of reviews throughout the year. Last year we had not so many, and there's a lot of movies we didn't get to see.
We wish we could have, but we didn't.
Yeah. I got a list here, and we're just going to go... I'm going to go through real quick.
Go through it, and then we'll discuss. Well, let's go through all of our lists, and then we'll discuss.
Yeah. My list that I wanted to see is kind of long. I wanted to see Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit.
It's on Netflix now.
I know. I will see it now.
You know, Chris Pine is upset for the way he's complained about the way that film was done. He wasn't happy with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, see, I like all the other ones.
Me too.
I kind of like some of them.
That's the only Jack Ryan film I haven't seen. Is that
Monuments Men. I missed that one. Jodorowsky's Dune. That's another one I missed.
Another one I wanted to see.
I want to see.
Yeah.
Somebody redid Dune?
No,
it's
a documentary about.
I was about
what's
to
his
say,
first
why
name?
have I not heard about this yet? No, wait. They did redo Dune.
Yeah, they did for
Battle
Sci-Fi
of the Five
Channel.
Armies.
Yeah.
But Jodorowsky's Dune is a documentary about the Dune that he wanted to make, and this is
Would have been amazing.
it would have been insane to see.
Really?
I mean, yeah.
Is it on Netflix? I didn't watch this.
Pink Floyd soundtrack. Yeah.
Oh, Dark
Yeah.
Side of the Moon?
Yeah. Yeah. It would have been awesome.
I wanted to see Sabotage. I didn't see it. Expendables 3.
I had that. You can borrow.
Me and Mikey didn't do our Expendables review
Yeah.
last year. We were sad.
We were sad.
Raid 2. I missed that one.
What?
The Raid 2.
Oh, the Raid 2. I thought you said Raid 2. I'm like, they did a second film with Jamie Foxx about Ray Charles?
I can see!
That's terrible.
Bad ears. I'm sorry.
Under the Skin. Scarlett Johansson.
I know why you wanted to see that.
It's about an alien that comes down and
topless Scarlett Johansson.
and bottomless.
There you go. That's it.
I'm going to wish for that.
Anyway,
Most men, yeah.
I want to see it.
Oh,
Lucy. Did that come out this last year?
Yeah.
yep.
Wow, I could use that for my top 10. Ding, 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 ding,
Lucy
ding.
was great.
Late
We
to
did
the
see
party.
Lucy. Brick Mansions. I wanted to see that because I've seen District
Paul
13.
Walker's?
It's a remake of District 13.
Oh,
Which
okay.
It's a foreign film about the same thing. Yeah. I just wanted to see the American take on it. Chef. I didn't see that.
Great film.
Chef.
I saw that.
Yeah.
John Favreau. It's a good movie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
it's
I remember.
very, very good.
I saw like one preview for that, and then I never heard another peep about it, so I thought it was coming out like this year or something.
No, it came. Is it on Netflix yet? No, I don't think so. I wanted to see Earth to Echo. I didn't see it.
Echo.
Yeah, I wanted
You
to
want
take
to
the
see a
kids.
bad E.T. remake?
I wanted to take
You
the
wanna
kids
see-
to it.
Oh, okay.
You
now
wanted
I
to
saw
see
that.
a Mac and Me remake? Is it?
If done
Was
well,
not Batteries Included
yes.
Is it yeah. Okay.
I didn't see Purge Anarchy. I wanted to see that
Good.
because I heard it was like what I wish the first Purge was like.
Well, I wanted more from it, but it was pretty good.
I Origins. Have y'all heard of that?
No.
I've seen the
It's
trailer.
about
for it.
the people. Everyone's eyes are different, but if you find someone with the same eyes, they have the same soul or something like that. The trailer looked really interesting. We saw the trailer for Snowpiercer, but I wanted to see that. You're gonna tell me I'm stupid, but I want to see Sin City 2.
No,
I bought it.
I wanted to see it too. I wanted to see it also.
And I bought it. I just haven't watched it yet.
It's not. It's
When
number
I watched
one of
Talking
my.
Over.
It's
All right.
yeah. Sin City 2 is
All
number
right.
one of my worst movies of 2014.
Oh, okay. The Equalizer.
Oh, yeah, I need to see that.
I
too.
wanted to see the remake of Man on Fire with Denzel
I
Washington.
got a question.
Yeah.
The Equalizer. Supposedly that was supposed to be based on the television series.
Is it?
No.
I don't think so because supposedly the character works at Home Depot and he like puts together MacGyver type things and kills people with them. From what I understand.
You mean like Iron Man 3?
Yes. Yes.
Dead Snow 2.
Skip. No.
Have you guys seen
That's
Dead
the
Snow?
Nazi zombies. Isn't it?
Nazi Zombies. Dead Snow was awesome. I wanted to see the sequel. Birdman. Of course, that's not going to be around here, but I wanted to see
Number one on my list of ones I didn't see.
it. John Wick. I missed that one.
Screw Keanu.
I heard it's great. I want to see it.
Oh, okay, John Wick. Yeah, no.
My name's John Wick.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
say
I'm
I'm
thinking
back.
I'm sorry. I can't
You
take
asked me if I'm back.
See,
yeah,
and
I'm
I haven't
thinking
seen
I'm
47 Ronin either. I just could not.
I heard that movie's great to watch with a group just to make fun of it.
I can't take Keanu Reeves seriously. Sorry.
Whoa.
You should check out one he did on Netflix where he actually starred in and directed called Man of Tai Chi.
I heard that's pretty good.
I haven't finished it, but I started
Martin
watching.
Scorsese. Didn't he produce
I
that?
thought that was a little
I think he produced it, but Keanu directed it, and he
Yeah.
was like the main villain.
Horns. You said you saw that.
Horns is great.
I want to see that.
Very well
Daniel
done.
Radcliffe.
Very original little piece. Very good.
Horror movie with Harry Potter. Horrible Bosses 2. I like me some Jason Bateman.
I heard that was the most unnecessary sequel ever made.
I don't care. Jennifer Aniston as a nymphomaniac with Jason Bateman in the movie. Yeah, I'll watch it. I like the first one.
Okay. I love the first one.
The Intimidation Game. Benedict Cumberbatch and Keira Knightley about the first computer designed for World War II to decipher the German codes.
Never heard of it.
The trailer looks great.
Never heard of it.
Almost went and saw Wild, but we didn't wake up in time to go to Lubbock to
That
see
is
it.
the female version of Into the Wild that came out a few years ago.
Amanda just read the book, and she loved the book, and found out that they made a movie of it. I was like, yeah, I just saw the trailer, and it's playing in Lubbock, and we were going to go see it the other day, but we didn't get up in time. We didn't have kids that week.
Yeah, that happens.
Inherent Vice.
It's on my list also.
I want to see that.
Looks interesting.
Big Eyes. Believe it or not, I want to see a Tim Burton movie. It's playing in Midland. I haven't made it over there to see it.
I will see it when it hits.
The Theory of
iTunes or something.
Everything.
What?
Theory of Everything.
That's
Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, see, that's the one that they're saying is going to. They're pushing that for a lot of Academy Awards and Golden Globes and all that stuff. Supposedly that thing's really well done.
And the Zero Theorem.
That's on mine.
Terry Gilliam's
Yeah, that's on mine too.
new movie with Christoph Waltz. It looks like a modern day Brazil,
Yeah,
almost.
yeah, kind of does.
And the main movie did not see that I want to see, Electric Boogaloo: The Wild Untold Story of Canon Films.
Really? No, I have not heard about that.
Watch the trailer
Canon
for
Films did Terminator.
that. They did
They did a lot of stuff back then.
Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
This is
that.
a document-
I had that. I bought it in $5 bin at Walmart.
This is a
Really?
documentary
Yeah. On DVD?
about them.
DVD.
Huh.
It's a documentary all about them, the guys who ran it.
Interesting.
That trailer looks amazing.
I like
So anyway,
seeing
that's
that.
my list of movies I didn't see that I wished I had of.
Okay, I'll just go through mine. I'll try not to stop and talk too much. How to Train Your Dragon 2. I didn't see it. I love the first How to Train Your Dragon.
First one was great.
Yeah, loved it. Lucy, you brought it up earlier, whatever. Lucy, I wanted to see
I
that.
saw it in
It
theaters.
was fun.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I heard it was terrible, but I still would like to have seen
Depends
it.
on which one of us you ask.
Yes. Frank. And I'm not talking about Frank that pops up in your videos either. Frank, it's the movie about, it's got Michael Fassbender playing a guy with a giant head, and it's a band and all that. Have you seen the trailer for that?
No.
Anyway, it's a movie called Frank. I'm upset I didn't see that. Zero Theorem, you brought it up also, Terry Gilliam. Jimmy, Always by My Side, with the guy from Outkast playing Jimi Hendrix.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't see it. I wanted to see that.
Oh, Andre 3000?
Yeah.
Whatever he calls himself.
Whiplash, which is the movie about the drummer guy, J.K. Simmons, and all that stuff. And supposedly that is one of the most amazing films. It was huge at Sundance, and they're saying it's going to be big at the Academy Awards. But it hasn't come anywhere near here and isn't out on demand or anywhere.
I'm going to sound like the oddball out here, but I'm going to say 99% of these movies y'all are talking about I've never even heard of.
Oh, there's a lot of them. Yeah, me too. I didn't hear about him until I really researched.
Of course, I don't watch a lot of TV these days either. So
Birdman is the other one. I heard Birdman is absolutely amazing.
yeah, I want to see that.
Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh yeah, that's another one.
That's the one where he's like the guy that when they listen to police scanners and they show up with cameras every time there's like
Paparazzi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
paparazzi kind of deal.
Paparazzi.
Inherent Vice. You brought
Yeah.
that one up. Paul Thomas Anderson.
Mhm.
The guy did There Will Be Blood, Boogie Nights, all that stuff. Rookie Research,
Yeah.
Magnolia. The Hobbit, Battle of the Five Armies. I didn't see it. Unbroken, directed by Angelina Jolie, about the Olympic runner that got shot down in World War II and all that good stuff. And The Interview. That's the other one that I didn't get to see. So.
I almost put that on my wanted to see list, but I didn't want to see it until I was told I couldn't.
I wanted to see it before it was all the controversy was going on anyway.
Yeah.
I was following
It looked
the film
funny,
from
but
the
to me, I was
beginning.
like, yeah, it's a rental.
Yeah, it is. Well, it is.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I'd have gone to see it in theaters before all the BS started with it, but I was like, yeah, I'll watch it eventually just to see what it's about.
Well, it's my last one that I wish I could have seen. I mean, but I mean, you can see it now. It's on YouTube, so
Yeah.
But that's we've
YouTube on
already
there.
ranted about that.
But yet, it's not on the side of the highway.
Yeah.
It's not on the side of the highway yet.
What is it? Have
Any
you got a
movies-
list?
Any movies you wanted to see that you didn't see?
Just the few
Pretty
that are
much
on
the
his
ones we
list
know.
that I know about.
Okay, we were talking about surprises earlier.
Yeah,
I made some surprise categories.
Yeah, you made some surprise. Like, what's one of your surprise categories?
My most insane concept?
I got one of those.
Tusk.
That
was
what
me.
y'all tell me about that I haven't seen yet.
I mean, this is Kevin Smith. This is Kevin Smith that has done Clerks and Mallrats and Chasing Amy
Jay
and
and Silent Bob Strike
Jay and
Back.
Silent Bob Strike Back and Comic Book Men and all. And he makes a film about a psychopath that turns a man into a walrus. Wow. And it's not a deal. It's not some symbolic crap either. He turns the dude into a walrus. There's no, I'm the walrus, cuckoo, cuckoo. No. This dude turns in tusks and whiskers. He is a walrus. And
So it's not a bad Beatles reference.
no.
No.
Well, I think it was a jokey Beatles reference, but somebody took it a little too literal.
Literally.
But that was my most insane concept movie of the entire year was Tusk.
My most insane concept was a part of a movie. From Captain America, Winter Soldier. The 1940s computer database with tape decks
The analog, yeah.
held the guy's brain.
Oh yeah.
I loved that part. That was my favorite part of the movie.
Crazy.
Had a USB interface with it.
With a USB hub that they could plug their modern day device into. And
Because that kind of technology works together so well.
apparently, but I just love the fact that there were thousands of miles of tape spinning all throughout that place to control that guy's brain. That's my
Had to have his
craziest
brain function.
Yeah, that's my craziest
Toby
moment.
Jones' brain. That was the actor that played that part.
Yeah.
That was actually the computer brain.
The Hydra scientist. Defected.
You have a craziest thing that you've seen in a movie this year?
Has turtles in it.
Yep. That's what I hear. What about
They should have
trailers?
stopped after the very first one.
Is that the only surprise you got?
What?
I mean, didn't you have like best endings or something
We
like
had
that?
best scene that we had to wait until the end of the movie to maybe it kind of redeemed the film a little bit was Godzilla. Which Godzilla was one that we all three we talked
Yeah.
about it a lot during the race. We were excited about the trailers for Godzilla made it look, and plus it had Walter White. It had Bryan Cranston's first real movie after Breaking Bad.
Yep.
And we were all really excited about it. And the movie pretty much to me was crap until it got to the end where Godzilla and that other thing got in a huge fight, and it was amazing. I mean, that was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. It was
Whenever
really-
they would show it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But,
some you
that-
never do the
that was
Godzilla
my-
movie
yeah,
is focus on the people. It's
No.
called Godzilla.
It was just, I mean, it was a movie you had to wait to the very last deal, and then there was that great scene.
Let's see, I got
I'm just surprised. I'm just upset we missed more of that epic fight. They kept going back to the people on the ground. Like, it doesn't matter what they're doing. Godzilla's putting a smack down.
I just have a best ending, and it's tied between two movies. Begin Again, and the Lego Movie. Begin Again, I already talked about that. I don't want to give away the ending. Lego Movie, you guys have seen it.
Yeah, great.
That where you see they hinted at it throughout the whole movie, and then you get to the reality of what it all is, and the way it all winds together there.
Yeah.
That just gave me goosebumps. How good that ending was.
Yeah, it was good. It was a great ending.
I got a craziest oh crap moment, and it's
moment.
tied between two movies also.
Okay.
Number one is Tusk. When you first see the walrus.
The walrus, yes.
I was like, oh, crap. Oh, whoa.
Me too.
And Snowpiercer. Don't open the door. Door opens. Cart full of guys with axes.
No, that happened. That was working.
I don't know if that part would be the crap moment for me. It'd be when they got to the protein bar room.
Nah, it was the part with the guys with the axes.
Yeah,
And also, to top it off, that's where I stopped watching it to go see it at the theater.
The axes?
Yeah. When that.
Yeah, that's every morning at work for me.
Got any other categories? I got
The
one
best
more.
end title sequence.
Oh, wait, what was it?
It was one of my worst films of 2014, but it had the best end title sequence. It was 22 Jump Street. When they started showing all the different sequels to. It was great. That was
Yeah,
that was my
that was
favorite.
pretty good.
That was a great way to end.
You think they're
movie.
still going to do
That
the
movie.
minimum?
Too long a movie. That was the problem with 22 Jump Street.
It was too long.
It was too.
It was
long.
funny.
Way too long.
But yeah, it was too long.
Yeah, that's what killed it for me.
You think they're going to do the Men in Black crossover?
Supposedly that's where they're going with it. They're going to do a
22
Men in
Jump
Black.
Street, Men in Black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to do those characters and do a 21 Jump Street, but it's Men in Black. Aliens. So, yeah.
I got the most surprising good movie, The Returned.
When you were talking about the zombies. Right.
Most surprising good movie. And that's all the weird categories
You know,
I
Well,
got.
I had
you know,
one- I had
you know
one-
what for me for your twist ending? Snowpiercer. The way it ended,
Oh, yeah.
that was not what I was expecting.
Yeah. Well, that's what Snowpiercer
After
wasn't.
all that they went through, and that's how they ended it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
it
you
was-
gotta be kidding me.
The other one I had on here was some of the best trailers we saw last year. And
Yeah.
some of the trailers we saw are for movies that haven't come out yet. But the one trailer that I did write down that we did see was the Godzilla trailer. The Godzilla trailer had me just going, ooh, was good. I mean, I was
They
really,
never show him.
I was really excited. And then, of course, my other two trailers that were my two favorite trailers of last year were the Mad Max Fury Road trailer, the first trailer. There's another one out now, but the first one was
Oh, yeah.
perfect.
That's on my list.
And the Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Because and everybody's like, oh, it's Star Wars. That's why you're making it. No, it was right on the money. It was perfect. It was exactly what it was supposed to be. It was a teaser. You see Stormtrooper. You see more Stormtroopers. You see X-Wings. You see all this stuff that
Lightsaber.
unfamiliar kind of stuff, new stuff. But then in the end, crank the
Millennium.
Star Wars music. There goes the Millennium Falcon. I had chills. I had tears. Awesome. Can't wait to see the Millennium Falcon, Chewie and Han, whether Han's got gray hair or not, back in action.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Can't
See,
wait.
I numbered mine. I had my top 5. Number 5 was American Sniper.
That was a good trailer. Very good trailer.
Very intense trailer. Number 4 was the Mad Max Fury Road. Same one. Number 3 was that first Interstellar trailer.
Yeah, I guess
Very first one.
I
That
counted
was-
that as last year,
Yeah.
so I didn't count it.
Number 2 was the Godzilla, where it was just them jumping out of the plane.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
That
wow. Yeah,
made me want to see that movie so bad. And the number 1, Star Wars, same exact reasons. So it's my top 5.
Yeah, it was right on the money. It really was. It was all new stuff, and then a
I
little.
concur.
I got one more category before our worst.
What you got?
Movies that should have sucked but didn't. I only have 3.
Pick it up. You can see it.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's my number 3.
What?
It should have sucked, but it didn't.
That movie sucked more than a black hole.
That movie was a lot of fun, and they got it on the money.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's just
No.
you just don't like the fact that
It's terrible.
the way they learn to be
It ain't
ninjas.
just that. Just the way
That
they.
movie's great.
No. The original story was great. They actually Ghostbusters.
You get that from a
soundtrack on
garage
it,
sale.
Wow. It wasn't just the fact that they learned ninja that way, which they've used that excuse for many things.
Right.
It's just the way they had the turtles act and everything, just the way it all went down.
Like teenagers?
No, they weren't acting like they were acting like today's teenagers, which drives me nuts. That's probably why I hate it so much.
That's probably why you did hate, because today's teenagers are.
Today's teenagers, I just want to walk downtown with a freaking wooden dowel. It's about an inch thick, about 4 foot long, and just smack every one of them I see.
Well, you
Get
have
off
to,
my lawn!
Yeah, exactly. You have to remember, we are now the middle-aged old men that used to chase us down and scream at us to slow down when we were teenagers.
That's not it. That is not
I
it.
chased a guy down 2 or 3 years ago, flying through my neighborhood. Hey, get off! I mean, and then I
No,
stopped.
that is
and I
not
was
it.
like,
It's
wow,
not me
I'm
becoming
old.
an old crotchety man because I refuse to do that yet.
We're
Not
to
until
the age
65.
where we think that the guys in Animal House are jerks.
No.
Ferris
It's not
Bueller
that.
is a horrible person.
No, it's not that.
Well,
It's not that. It's a whole social thing. It just drives me
we're just
nuts.
old.
So anyway, yeah, to me it should have sucked, but it didn't. To Mikey, it sucked.
So that was Ninja Turtles. What was the other?
Number 2 is Into the Storm.
See, okay, so
Twister on steroids.
So should I watch this thing then?
You should watch it. Into the Storm was some of the most fun I've had at the theater all year.
What was that?
Into the
Yeah,
Storm.
my kid
what
saw
was
it.
it
My
about?
kid saw it. She loved it.
Storm chasers chasing
Oh,
tornadoes. It's
right.
it's a lot of fun. It made Amanda cry because it scared her so much.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I look over and she's all like,
Now we're busting out Lego Doc Brown.
number 1 that should have sucked but did not for James Fight 2014, RoboCop.
Great movie.
It should have sucked.
It's funny you brought that up because when earlier we were talking about our top 10 list.
Uh-huh.
The 2 that I marked out of my top 10
Was
were
RoboCop?
RoboCop and Horns.
2 that I had on there that I had to take off was Tusk and Oculus to make 10.
Now RoboCop was like RoboCop should have been horrible, and it was like watching a completely different movie. It was like not a remake. It was like
I dig it.
it was great. It was very well done.
롯데햄 프라이드 치킨
롯데햄 프라이드 치킨.
발라 먹으니까 실감나게 맛있습니다. 프라이드 치킨
롯데햄 냉동식품.
So we're moving on to our worst of
Worst.
2014.
All right.
I don't have a 10 list.
Yeah,
I don't have a numbered list, but I've got a pretty good list. I mean, we can go through that.
I got them in order. I just don't have 10 because I didn't see enough bad movies, which is weird.
Well, nothing that's current to this year. I've seen a couple bad movies. Late bored time at a house watching Netflix. Like, oh, this looks interesting, and this sucks.
There's a lot of really bad stuff on Netflix.
There's a ton of bad stuff on Netflix.
You just
And why
don't get
they don't
invested
remove
like
it-
you used to. Like you paid money for it, so you have to watch it. You have to endure it.
Nope.
Can't take that VHS back unless you finish something. So, Mikey, what's one of the worst? If you don't have an order, it's one of
Let's
the
go
worst.
through the ones you remember the worst.
We've been talking about it for the last 10 minutes.
Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm sorry, I can't wrap my head around it. It's just
Bad, huh?
didn't need to be done. There have been so many different areas. If they had done, what was it, the animated version or the CG version,
CG version
that was a
good.
better Ninja Turtles than
Yeah,
the movie
I'll agree
produced.
with you there.
Than this one they created with Megan Fox. I can't do anything else because I pissed off
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay and Spielberg and all them. Yeah. There were jokes about that movie was so bad she might actually get her job back with Transformers. I don't think so.
I thought she did all right in Ninja Turtles, and I still stand by what I say. She's the best actor in Transformers 2. What's one of your worst?
I've got a whole list.
Well, spit them out. Let's see if any
Let's see.
rings over.
Anchorman 2. God awful.
Oh, I heard it was so bad I didn't even want to watch it.
I couldn't believe it was god awful. I was sad it was god awful.
I had high hopes for that movie.
It was horrible.
I went and saw it at the theater. Me and Amanda.
I did watching the trailer. I was like, okay, possibly could work, but everybody I knew that went and saw it, I don't know if y'all told me it was bad, but
I didn't laugh once.
I don't know what happened.
It's the main reason why I didn't go watch Dumb and Dumber 2.
Yeah,
I
They're
love
just
that
trying
movie, though.
too hard.
I didn't
No,
like the first Dumb
don't.
Dumbers.
I like them all.
Anchorman 2, Need for Speed. I didn't even see it. It
Oh.
just looked awful, so I'm calling it worse.
I can't see a whiny, crying Aaron Paul as a tough action hero.
It just didn't. Yeah, it just didn't. look
Driving
right.
cars
Yeah.
fast.
Muppets Most Wanted. Loved whenever they brought the Muppets back with Jason Segel and with what's her name, Amy Adams. It was great. It's great. The Muppets. It was awesome. It was like, all right, cool. We're gonna do something with this. And Muppets Most Wanted was
A remake of Ernest Goes to Jail.
it was trash. It's awful. That's exactly right. Wow. I'll tell you what. Even the way this guy sits around and thinks about it. You know, I get a text message from this guy the other day.
He
He's
got it too.
explaining to me that Calvin and that
Yeah.
Fight Club is the sequel to Calvin and Hobbes.
Yep.
Who
not make
thinks
sense?
of that? And it made sense too. That's the sad.
That's what it was. I was
Um,
What was said was I Googled it afterwards, and other people have come up
Yeah.
with that theory too. I was like,
Amazing Spider-Man 2. I mean,
Yeah.
awful. I mean, horrible. Nothing
That's-
good about it at
that's
all.
on my list.
Amazing Spider-Man 2. Total crap. They
the
killed
the only
Spider-Man.
good part about it was the way they did Gwen Stacy's death. Pretty
Okay,
much.
that was pretty much
Spoilers!
right by the comics.
Well,
yeah.
if they haven't seen it by now, it's too late.
Yeah, I don't care. It's a
Well, I
crappy
don't want
movie.
them to see it. Spoil the crap out of it. It's horrible.
Everything up until that end part, horrible.
And
And then what happens afterwards just.
Yeah.
It was a convoluted,
crap.
unorganized
got- we gotta get
of
everybody in here
studio
quick.
interference crap.
Yep.
We got to catch up with Marvel. They're killing
I
us.
have hope for Mark Webb, who's the director, because he did great on the first one. But there's that interview. Did I send it to you with James Horner? Why he didn't do the second one? He was like,
you told me about it.
yeah, he was like, I don't want to be involved just because of the way the studio's doing things. I don't want to be part of it.
It was horrible. And I was going through my Twitter feed.
Corporate
the other day.
executives of America, stay out of the
I
producer's
apparently
way.
retweeted somebody came on there and said, "Wow, look at the new cover of Entertainment Weekly. Spider-Man's fighting a giant Smurf." 'Cause, I mean, that's what it looked like. Electro looked like a big old Smurf. It looked terrible. And I don't like Jamie Foxx. So, 22 Jump Street. That was horrible. It was too long.
That was my problem. It was too
Yeah,
long.
too
I
long.
I laughed my butt off at a lot of it,
yeah,
but it was about
No.
45 minutes too long.
way too long. Transformers. Didn't even see it. And it's in the worst list.
I didn't see it based on his reaction.
Okay, tell everyone what you said. Transform. I mean, that's. What
Let me catch up to you on the list so I can get there. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on mine. Tammy is my number 7.
All right, I watched that. It wasn't funny at all.
I didn't
It
laugh
wasn't
once
even the
again.
slightest bit humorous.
It was pointless, stupid, and annoying. Couldn't stand it. Godzilla.
Huh?
Now let me explain.
It wasn't good.
It's also how much a movie pisses me off.
Oh.
This movie,
It's called Godzilla.
it's all right. Okay, most Godzilla movies don't have Godzilla throughout the whole thing.
Yeah. But when
But-
he gets there,
But when the most interesting character in the movie is only in the first 20 minutes, and that's a great first 20 minutes.
Yep.
And when Godzilla first shows up, that's a great moment. And then your protagonist throughout the rest of the movie is someone that you just can't relate to. You find annoying. They're not interesting at all. And they're the ones that you're following. And they're the ones that they keep cutting away from the Godzilla stuff and the scientist stuff and the military stuff. And they keep cutting back to these people and that one person in particular. It's horrible.
who's bringing nothing to the table.
He
as far
brings
as the movie
nothing.
is concerned at this point.
I mean, I was just like, man, where is Hit Girl
That
at?
movie was a fake out.
It was, but you take all the Godzilla parts, that's great stuff. You take all the Bryan Cranston stuff, the Ken Watanabe stuff, great stuff. I think it should have been Bryan Cranston and Ken Watanabe
Well,
all through the movie.
That's why I was just saying it was a fake out. And the reason the movie was a fake out was you've got one of the best actors of the 21st century that we didn't even really know about until the great television show that was Breaking Bad. And they advertised
Malcolm
that,
in the Middle.
Yeah, well, okay. But they advertised, they put him in there, and you're thinking, okay, wow, this is going to be the first, and it's not that at all. It goes from you're thinking this is the character, and you're into it, and then it switches gears, and you're like, okay, and switches gears to another character other characters you could give a crap about.
If they switched it to the Ken Watanabe character, that would have been fine.
Yeah.
Because he was kind of interesting. I think he was way underused.
That's not what they did.
But anyway, that's a movie
So
that just made me mad. I mean, not that it's a horrible
We
movie.
were both
just made
mad
me-
about that. We came out of there raving like.
Well, we better not hate it too much because our first Star Wars spinoff is the guy who directed Godzilla.
Well, I didn't say he doesn't have talent, but 7, 6, 5 is Divergent. 10.
Am I weird for liking Divergent?
Detergent.
I didn't see
Divided.
that.
I like Divergent. I don't know.
It was it bored me.
See, I like
It was bland.
I thought it was good.
I was like, and I can't stand the lead actress.
See, I think I got a thing for her. I think that maybe want to like her.
Really?
So what do you have against her?
I just
cares?
think she's boring.
Oh, that's good.
I saw The Fault in Our Stars, and I was just like, I'd be all right with this movie if she wasn't in there. But now that gets us to my number 1, 2, 3, 4, number 4, which is Transformers.
Yep.
I have seen it. You guys have not, and it's on your worst list. It's Amanda's description of it is perfect. You take some sparkle beads and paper clips, and you put it in a jar, clear glass jar. You shake it in front of your face for 2.5 hours, and that's Transformers 4. I had hope
And
for
that's
it.
why it made my list, was just that description.
There's no Shia LaBeouf in this movie. There was no
You just reminded me of the
duck-faced
things from my top 10.
Victoria's Secret model. There was Marky Mark, Kelsey Grammer. I was like, you know what? I'm
So
okay.
what was Fraser doing in Transformers?
He was the bad guy. So, and it turned out to just be this exhausting, eye-bleeding experience. I mean, there were explosions or running away from explosions. So, after that is Anchorman 2 and then Amazing Spider-Man 2. So I'm caught up with you. What else is on your list? Now I'll get to my number 1.
Transformers, we just talked about that. Sin City 2, what a disappointment. I mean, from one of my heroes of directing, Robert Rodriguez, it's awful. I mean, just awful. The story, I mean, it was all over the place. It did not keep my attention at all. It was a snooze fest.
Well, we also had Frank Miller helping direct.
Well, and Frank Miller, if anyone actually saw The Spirit, knows that Frank Miller needs to stick to comic books. Because Frank Miller writes great comic books. He does not make good
He
movies.
used to.
Yeah, Spirit was definitely.
Well, and that was just a few years after the first Sin City. The first Sin City was amazing, and still is. This first Sin City is a great film.
The sequel took too long. It's been, 10
It's
years?
been 10 years. 2005 was when Sin City came out.
I mean, if they'd done this in the 3 years afterwards, it probably would have turned out a lot better.
Well, and you would have thought, I mean, you had a brilliant cast. You had Jessica Alba back in there. You had Josh Brolin.
Mickey Rourke, Bruce Willis.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much the majority of everybody, still crap.
Oh, what's her name?
Jessica Alba?
No, not her. The
Rosario Dawson.
yeah, Rosario Dawson.
Yeah,
That's what
Rosario Dawson's back.
I'm pretty much most of the original cast from the first one.
Yeah, it just didn't work. Book of Life was one of the other bad ones that I saw. It was an animated piece that was produced by Guillermo del Toro. Kind of a movie about the whole Day of the Dead thing. Kind of it just.
I was glad I missed that one.
Yeah, I just was not impressed. And then my number 1 worst film of the year, and it's going to win all these awards, but it was the biggest, most boring snooze fest ever, was Into the Woods. It's the only movie I saw during the
I
holiday
was wondering if
season.
that was going to be it.
And, I mean, you want to talk about, every time they turned around, they wanted to sing about something. The songs, to me, weren't that good. Meryl Streep was way over the top, and they're all like, oh, we're going to give her an Academy Award. Quit giving Meryl Streep Academy Awards.
They just roll the
She
dice.
uses them as an anchor when she goes fishing now. There's no point in giving her more Oscars, especially why give her an Oscar for a movie that is bad? But maybe I'm just a jerk. I don't know. I didn't enjoy it. I hated it.
Mikey, you got any worst movies to add?
I really hadn't seen ever that bad. I mean, a lot of the ones on y'all's list I've seen with you.
What is the worst movie you've seen this year?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, okay.
Yep, Turtles.
I'm sorry.
My number one worst movie of 2014, and it had a theatrical release. Leprechaun Origins.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I would.
You've got the entire series on Blu-ray.
I know. That's how I saw it.
Leprechaun into Hood, and then Leprechaun back to the Hood.
Leprechaun in the Hood is a great movie. Leprechaun's an alright movie. Leprechaun 2 is the best of the series. Leprechaun in Space, that's a cheese fest worth watching. Leprechaun in the Hood, that's some witty writing right there. A friend with weed is a friend indeed.
Oh, that's very witty.
Yeah, you know. No, there's some other witty stuff there. Leprechaun Back in the Hood 2, or Back to the Hood, whatever it's called. It's just all right. Why you gotta bring the black man into this while I'm talking about the Hood? You racist.
Oh, snap.
Okay, now I'm breaking stuff. I'm done.
Leprechaun Origins. This goes back to movies that just makes me mad. This is like a reboot to the series, and they replace Warwick Davis with this midget wrestler.
Wait a minute. So they did a Leprechaun movie and they didn't have Willow in it?
Yes.
So,
Wow.
But here's the bad part. Okay, I'm like, okay, so we got a different guy. But it's produced by the WWE Studios.
I've heard they're producing. Yeah, do you know who? Oh, never mind. Go ahead. Sorry.
So they got this midget wrestler. I'm like, okay, well, there's this monster attacking people. Once the monster shows up, it doesn't stop, and it shows up like 10 minutes in the movie. I'm waiting for this leprechaun to show up. No, the monster is the leprechaun. I'm like, why do they have this midget wrestler then if they have this prosthetic puppet as the creature that they put out of focus every time they show it? They missed the point. They missed the charm of the Leprechaun movies. They're cheesy fun.
There's charm in the Leprechaun movies?
Warwick Davis is charming.
Lucky Charms.
The only thing they brought back from the original was the
Name.
that and right before the main character kills the leprechaun or whatever, it's the F.U. Lucky Charms, which made no sense in the original. Makes even less sense in this one because it doesn't even look like a leprechaun. It's more like a hairless werewolf chasing them.
Gross.
It made no sense.
It's a Sharpay on steroids.
And it was after their little gold jewelry and stuff, I guess. And it's got a girl with a tongue ring that's after that. I'm like, really, who has a gold tongue ring?
So was it a movie about a leprechaun that doesn't wear the little hat and boots? Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
Basically, it sounds like, the movie you're describing sounds like a naked leprechaun movie.
Pretty much.
It doesn't talk. It groans and screams and chases them on all fours. And
this is supposed to be the movie that explains the origin of the leprechaun that Warwick Davis plays that goes to space and...
see, I don't know if it's supposed to explain it or if
Or
it's
they
a
just do it-
reboot
I mean,
of it
well,
because it takes
I mean,
place in modern
They may
time.
have put it as origins because the popular thing in Hollywood these days, which is starting to die off, is it's a movie just like Batman Begins, where da-da-da-da-da. I mean, that's like the whole big thing.
Or we change up everything for a modern
Yeah,
audience.
exactly.
Which-
Exactly. Is that what it was?
You Lucky Charms.
Leprechaun Origins sucks.
Sucks.
Apparently it
Sucks.
sucks.
Nothing to do with
Probably
leprechauns.
won't ever see it.
And it's just one long people being chased through the woods by leprechauns that aren't
Not even a
leprechauns.
leprechaun.
It's like a poor man's American Werewolf in Ireland.
plays in Ireland?
The movie?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Uh,
They never say.
I don't remember. I'm trying to forget it.
Okay. Erase it from your memory.
See, that's our worst of 2014. You
Yep.
got anything to add? No? Ninja Turtles?
Ninja
So-
Turtles.
Ninja Turtle sucks.
My worst of 2014 begins and ends with T. TMNT.
At least they weren't aliens.
Well,
Yeah.
So,
hopefully,
It might as well have been.
You know we're going through all these, and there was a lot of really good stuff, and this was one of the lowest attended years in movie theaters ever this year. Now, but you know what doesn't make sense about that is they say that, but then Sony Pictures or 20th Century Fox turns in the highest profit ever in the history of the company. Like that
Wow.
was from movies and stuff, like from X-Men. Like they had a whole list of them, and no one went to the movies, but they turn in record-setting worldwide profits. But maybe it's because it's worldwide. I don't know. The foreign markets are where the movies are making a lot more money than they actually are over here. So
yeah.
it's like Pacific Rim. Pacific Rim came out a few years ago. Great movie. I liked it. I thought it was
I
cool.
loved it.
Didn't make a lot of money, but it made huge money in China. So they're making a sequel.
Well, because they like the kaiju over there.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe 2015. I'm hoping with the Avengers 2 and a new Star Wars movie and a new James Bond movie. Maybe the numbers will be better for 2015.
Yeah.
The year of Back to the Future.
We shall
Part 2.
see.
So
I don't know. There's a lot of movies I'm looking forward to this coming year. Hopefully,
One of mine's in 6 days.
hopefully we get a lot more reviews done, have a lot more movie news, get a lot of fun stuff going
We've
on.
been
hopefully in
slacking off.
2015 you'll see a lot more interesting interviews from movies on the radio. We have the most fun when we do our interviews, and we only did one last year,
Yeah.
which was Billy Pond, which was a great interview.
Yeah.
The sound didn't record.
And then before that, it still turned out good. Before that was Hart Fisher.
Art Fisher interviews last year. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Good year. 2015 will be better.
Yep. So,
New year, same us.
The year of the hoverboard.
we'll see.
Possibly. Only if you buy the skating deck for it.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. Check Your Brain Productions. Checkbrain.com. Check out all the videos. Go like our videos. If you want to listen to this, there's bigspringfilm.org. We're
Thanks for listening. Too,
by the time this is aired, it'll be back up.
Yep.
And you can listen to the archives of our radio shows, movies on the radio. You can listen to them live on Wednesday nights, 7 to 9 p.m. Central Time on kbygradio.com. Or if you're local, 106.3 FM, 1400 AM. Or just go to checkbrain.com and keep up with us. Facebook.com, Check Your Brain Productions, and bigspringfilm.org.
And like the Big Spring Film Society on Facebook, we are at 716 likes. We'd like to make that to at least 1,000 within the next month. So if you are on Facebook and you have not liked the Big Spring Film Society, you are missing out on a large chunk of your life.
And go
Huge.
go like Check Your Brain Productions so I can beat my wife's crocheting page.
So you can beat your wife.
What?
Crochet. Oh, okay. Sorry. I
Her
missed
crochet page
part.
has
Okay.
more
Okay.
likes than Check Your Brain Productions.
And Basil crochet.
Yeah,
That's because women stick together.
I do. So, anyway, good night, folks. Thanks for watching
No.
and listening.